Okay, round 3. Definitely have a keep. We're on the draw. First spell is likely going to be Hydra. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my Jessian Thief, but Hydra needs to come down as soon as possible. Alright. Green-White Renown. Looks like what we're up against. Claustrophobia, actually a fine draw. We don't have our second blue yet, but it's okay. No follow-up play is good. So we'll drop a Hydra. Follow-up play is likely Jessian Thief. If I get the blue mana, it's going to be Claustrophobia. I want to cut off this damage source from him ASAP. Alright. Castellan's a bit of a problem. I think we're still on the Thief plan. Yeah. So my plan is to Thief block the Castellan if he attacks with it. That way we kind of play around the combat trick a little bit better. Building towards Draga Invocation, but I guess actually having Draga Invocation is pretty good when your opponent's got a bunch of Vigilance. What's interesting is I could block, but he just killed the Hydra, so I think we just block like this, take 3. This way is a combat trick, we'll let him use it, he doesn't get Renown. Next turn I can play Spirit plus Scab, which is pretty good. Double pump my dude. Alright. Maybe he was worried about Might of the Masses? I'm actually not sure. Well, Colossus is pretty ridiculously big. So, gonna need that blue mana at some point. Did find it. Not a moment too late. Alright. He's tapped out. So I guess we go... Well, we definitely go Phobia. I kind of want to swing with my Hydra. Fake like I have Titanic Strength. If he double blocks, I'm in pretty big trouble, though. But it sets me up for a better Draga Invocation. I think I just play it patient, though. Next turn, I have Draga Invocation for a lot of value. I might still have to set up with more creatures before I do it. I still want to play around combat tricks, but the only way I know how to do that is to make sure I block this guy. He probably should have faked like he had something at the very least. So, next turn we play Dragon Invocation and Smash. No need to attack with Hydra into a Celestial Flare or something nasty like that. All right. This looks to be like it's going to be pretty insane for us. We're going to board wipe him. He is leaving up Celestial Flare. That's fine. We're going to sacrifice the Scab. He's still... Actually, might be in my best interest to sacrifice the Orchard Spirit, because then I do, in fact, board wipe him. Otherwise, I don't board wipe him. So, Invocation. Pretty insane here. He Celestial Flares, we sack Orchard Spirit. Wipe his board. He has to spread his blocks evenly too, which is kind of crazy that it works like that, but it does. I originally thought it was you could just like triple block something, but you have to spread your blocks out as well. And like I said, he casts Celestial Flare. Even though our worst creature is Screeching Scab, I still sack the Orchard Spirit just to get the guaranteed board wipe. Nope, I don't think you can do that. Yeah, he's got to, has to spread his blocks. I know it's kind of confusing. I'm pretty sure he has to spread his blocks. I watched Josh Frankel do it on stream, and his opponent put 3 creatures on one of his... maybe I should just tell him. Okay, he figured it out. I don't want to provoke him. But now maybe he's just... Well, that's weird. Maybe he thought I was going to sacrifice the Screeching Scab from the Celestial Flare, but no, we're going to sacrifice the Orchard Spirit. Or, okay, so he's Mighty Leaping the... That doesn't... So he just kills the Scab? He still loses his guy, though. Well, that was way better for us than... That was way better for us than Celestial Flare. Because I got to keep my evasive guy, and I have a monster on board right now. Okay, so it was Swift Reckoning was what I had to play around. All right. Problem with that is my, what's his butt? My 1/4 guy does not play so well around Swift Reckoning. But I still think wow, that's actually surprising. I still think I want him. If he doesn't have a creature here too, that's pretty awesome for us. Jesse and Thief. Value. Clash of Wills is actually a pretty nice draw. When you're ahead on the board and you have 1,000,000 mana, Clash of Wills is pretty insane. Well, I'm tempted to play the Rock Smaller, to be honest, but then so my opponent's got 6 mana, I've got 8. I play that, I can only Clash of Wills for 2. Right now I think we just hold it. I get at least another, I mean, I can keep him off. I can keep him off anything. I can keep him off a 1-drop if I wanted to. Or that. Now, I could have actually flayed Rock Smaller and kept him off Sky Snare Spider anyway. Something to keep in mind. So that could come back to bite me a little bit, but we'll find out. Let's swing first. Wow. So 9 mana. Not quite enough to do everything, but we'll play the Djinn first. Because it flies. And actually, it is better to play the Djinn there because even if he has 1 flyer or 1 guy with reach, if I draw any non-creature spell, this gets pumped into lethal range as well. As does this with Prowess. So I'll have any non-creature spell off the top would have given me 3 lethal creatures. So opponent's pretty aggressive looking green-white, which is definitely worrisome. Maritime Guards have to come in. I want to keep all of my cheap guys. Maritime Guards are in. On the draw, I think Orchard Spirit gets the boot. I still want my Death Touch guy. He seems very important. Clash of Wills is a bit worse on the draw, but when he's got just bomby 6-drops like that, I think I want to keep it. I could drop the Meddler, but the thing about the Meddler is it always blocks the Free Blade. And I feel like we're going to be dealing with some Titanic Growths, in which case this card is going to be insane. Very helpful to get rid of a trick for 3 mana. Yeah, kind of a tough choice here, actually, what I want to cut. All my Void Mages are very important as well, not only for tempo plays on 6-drops, but to turn off Renown. I guess I can drop 1 Clash of Wills. Clash of Wills is definitely worse on the draw, especially against what I presume is mostly a 2-drop, 3-drop heavy deck. I still have hard removal for his expensive spells. And I just feel like the 1/3s are going to be infinitely more important when I'm playing against big early threats. Okay, let's try this. This hand's fine. So we get to go potentially Starfish into Hydra again, with any luck. And Starfish has the added bonus of being able to block a Topan Freeblade, which is nice. Visionary, all right. Not too worried about that. We'll go Starfish. If he attacks into the Starfish, I think I actually take it. My thinking is I have Meddler, so at some point I should be able to stop it. I mean, I can block here. I'm going to be playing Hydra regardless. The question is, do I want to trade? I don't think I want to trade a Titanic Growth for a Sigiled Starfish. See, the problem is if I don't draw a land, I feel like not getting my 4-drops could be a big problem. But it may have been in my best interest to, well, Healing Hands I really don't care about, so that's good. Let's bring out Mr. Big Threat. At this point, we pretty much bottom anything that's not a land because we're looking for tempo plays with Separatist Void Mage. Like I said, unfortunately, I cannot change a Swift Reckoning to a Mizium Meddler, so I might be better to sit back on my Hydra for a little bit. But I'd like to play a Pharika's Disciple next turn. That would be pretty nice, actually. So pretty much anything that's not a land, yeah, we'll put that on the bottom. And I do definitely want to make a land play this turn. I don't think the problem is I can't play around Swift Reckoning. At this point, he has Spell Mastery, so as soon as I attack with Mana Gorge or Hydra, it's going to get, hit. Alright, we keep that on top. We go with Disciple first. This way we're out of Might of the Masses range. Like I said, if he has this Swift Reckoning, he'd be able to play it at flash speed anyway, so I think we do have to commence with the bashing. If he just slams a Sky Snare Spider, we've got a great tempo play for that. Okay. Thankfully, we've got great tempo play for that, too. So we go... Oh, I forgot to use my Starfish? No, I didn't. I upkeep used it, so I didn't miss that. Play land, Void Mage. Pump Hydra. I have a feeling he's going to be bouncing or chump blocking our Death Touch guy, but that's alright. Oh, he's not. So we get Renown, which is pretty awesome for us. Pass a turn. If I scry into a land, we get Duraga Invocation, which is just insane. Alright, he still has the Swift Justice mana up. Too bad Meddler doesn't let you just change the target to something else. That would be nice. Starfish. Disperse is pretty insane. We have the Meddler for a pump spell, which is kind of nice. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's let the Hydra resolve first. Nice. Opponent is in massive amounts of trouble now. All right. Very cool. So we got the draft. Green-blue. First green-blue deck I think I've run in this format. We had some really powerful cards. This deck really came together nicely. It was nice to beat down effectively with Mana Gorger Hydra. Soulblade Djinn actually didn't play as well as I would have liked, but it played fine. It was still pretty good. Whirler Rogue is, of course, insane. Separatist Void Mage is just such a fun card. So good. It always seems to go late. Drog Invocation came up a couple times. What, just once? Or I guess just once, didn't it? But it was good when it did come up. A little bit of confusion on how to block from our opponent, but he figured it out. All in all, very good deck. It won. Next draft will be an 8-4. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you then.